Hello and welcome to Pillars of Eternity episode 3. I noticed that the previous episode was a bit short, so I can probably give this a few extra minutes. I aim for 20-minute episodes, in case you don't know. A lower level of the ruin has been blocked off by fallen rubble. Oh. Great.
That should be far enough. But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
What happened out there? Kalisha shakes her head. Windstorm, of a kind they only get in Air Glanfath. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glanfathan word is Birik. To them it is the gods' way of reaping the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. But they all take a living soul as soon as a dead one. Still got yours? Who attacked us? Glanfathans. Those be the hot dwellers Odema warned you about. Look to be fangs of Galawain, who are the twitchiest of the lot. They go ruin to ruin looking for fights with colonists. Poor Odema, I think he half expected this once we lost the main road. The Glanfathans said we trespassed in the ruins. I don't believe that. Odema would never allow it. But as much as fangs are hotheads, Glanfathans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or she glances down the passage beyond. Or there's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. What about everyone else in the caravan? Kalisha's lips press together and her chin rumples, not rumbles, rumples. Her voice is faint. The wheels got hold of them now. She looks up. Gods grant them better luck in their next lives. And of course I could be somewhat unpleasant to say you don't seem too upset about it. But let's not bother.
Yes?
So we get to explore. Of course, nearly forgot.
Wonder who was here. See if they left anything useful behind.
Okay. A maze, so we get our maze back. Camping supplies and hammer and chisel. If you need to rest, you need camping supplies. If you don't have camping supplies, you cannot rest. So, camping supplies is a good thing to have. Oops, come on. A torch and a small shield. Hooray! Inventory, just mazes have damage reduction bypass. Damage reduction is a natural part of resistances towards things. Armor will give you damage reduction based on certain attacks. You can see his leather armor, it has 9 damage reduction against slashing weapons and some reduction against corrode. So the first 9 points of any slashing attacks will be stopped by the armor. So bypassing damage reduction is very important. Or you will find that your big two-handed weapon of awesomeness is doing virtually no damage because you can't bypass armor. There's a specific two-handed sword which is considered to be one of the better weapons, and I might be aiming to get one. Shoo. The main path. A trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobbly elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as a Sorib. And that might be a wrong name, but that's the name I use. Sorib. It's basically their version of a kobold. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. It's okay, I won't hurt you. The Sorib recoils, fingers still wrapped tightly around its spear. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. The creature sniffs around you and finds nothing of interest. It steps back and resumes its defensive posture. Slowly back away. The Sorib watches warily as you go. I wonder what we could find for that. I know what we can find. I know parts of this game.
Those tiles look suspicious. Let's be careful.
Yeah, you don't want to go into any of these flaming tiles because you will be rather badly hurt. They are trapped. We can get rid of those, but one thing at a time. A relief gem, and the armor, crossbow, tattered journal. This small folio is torn in several places and blood has soaked into several of the sheets. One later entry is still legible though, however, even. I can't believe my luck. A few rounds of dice and I've gotten my hands on a genuine Equidin artifact. Fellow who had it said it was a pretty nothing as far as he's concerned. He's not willing to go digging in some ruins, but if he's right about this gem leading to a hidden treasure, then that's worth sneaking past a few painted elves. I'll head to Silent Liz in the morning. Then it's just a matter of finding this relief he was talking about. Ah. Yeah, well, we'll take it all.
I'm here.
Wait.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Wait. You hear that?
That died relatively easily. While I do enjoy this game, there's one thing I don't particularly enjoy about it, is, as you can see down here, best area progress, 27 out of 108 XP earned. As far as I can tell, when that is capped out, you no longer gain experience for killing a certain monster type. Of course, experience is based on learning from what you do, and I suppose you can always argue that you can only learn so much from fighting the same monster over and over again. But it has an unpleasant habit of throwing a few dozen monsters after you, right after you've filled out that experience. Thingy, whatever you would call it, and I'm not entirely sure whether you get no experience for fighting them or just a very minimal experience, but it doesn't seem very rewarding fighting monsters sometimes. Never mind. Let us speak to this now. The Sorib sniffs around your packs and noses excitedly at something. It steps back and points to your pack, salivating and holding its spear out to you. Give sculder meat to the creature. You produce a piece of sculder meat from your pack and toss it onto the floor. The Sorib's nostrils flare at the scent of fresh meat and its eyes dart between you and the food. It creeps towards the prize, shoving the spear into your grip and snatching the meat with both hands at the last moment. Its gullet quivers as it devours the flesh in noisy chomps. So now we can get access to this. It contains a lockpick, even, and a hunting bow. Hooray! I just want to make sure. No, no, no. I want you to use this set. Thank you.
I'm here.
Should I? Nah, let's not spend time on it. I was about to show what happens. Just suffice to say, it hurts like crap.
Those symbols. Just like the tiles.
A symbol of a patterned circle is inscribed on this pillar. An unlit brazier sits at its base. It could be lit if you had the means. Use the torch to light the brazier. Flames kindle swiftly in the brazier, winding their way upwards. Oh, how interesting. Those tiles with the same symbol as this pillar are suddenly dimmed out. So that's probably a way to disable most of the tiles, not all of them. You can manually disable all the traps for experience, but it's too daunting if you ask me. This mural must be ancient, yet the colors are still bright and vivid. It shows a procession of ingredients from all the Kith races. A Mauer, Elf, Orland, Dwarf and Human. They walk among pillars similar to the ones that span this chamber, each one topped with a flame.
I'm here.
Okay. A lesser black ooze. Let us attack it. Could probably disable slow mode. Come on. Flying it. Come on, come on. Ooze plasma. A congealed mass of thick and opaque jelly. That's reagents, by the way.
Yes?
A poleaxe, 200. Slash and crush.
Yes?
Tempted.
Where'd that slime come from?
Weapons who have a dual damage settings, like a great sword gets slash and pierce damage, it will always use the strongest option against a target. So if a target has got high slash resistance, it will do pierce damage, and if it's got high pierce resistance, it will do slash damage. That accounts for all weapons like the poleaxe, for that matter, slash and crush. So if they're sensitive towards crush damage, it will do crush damage. It would be funny if you had to go into every fight and say, no, I want to use my poleaxe as a smashing weapon instead of as a cutting weapon, slashing weapon, whatever. So it's just a minor thing. May as well just put this in stash. Won't be needing it anyway, so. Viscous and oily. The mug clings to anything it touches. A viscous slick of something dark and tar-like runs down this wall. The shapes and bulges and ooze suggest something lies beneath it, but you can't tell what. Use your water skin to clear off the ooze. You rinse the ooze away, revealing an intricate relief of a man's face. The sunburst surrounding it has chipped away in places, but the detail of his head, from the tight curls of hair to the ridges of his pointed ears, still showcase remarkable craftsmanship. One eye socket is empty, a gem fills the other. We found a gem before, which was very convenient, so let us place it in the eye socket. The chamber begins to rumble, stray rocks dancing across the tile floor. Finally, a large section of the wall gives way. Ah, a secret room.
I'm here.
And a lesser black ooze. So, you attack that and wait. Preferably in a flanking position because it makes it easier to hit. Killed it. Come on. Ardra, amethyst, and a cloak of minor cloak of protection. May as well use it. Hey,
I'm here.
you are here. That is good. So, back to the main passage. So let us get our
How can I help?
rogue to deal with these traps. I have told the game to auto pause in case the trap is detected, because there's nothing worse than running down a corridor and then poof, you bump into a trap. It's rather unpleasant. So gets a bit annoying when you got multiple traps like in an area like this, but so be it.
Found something.
You don't say. I suppose it's a small price to pay. Now everything is sorted, we can
Yes?
move forward safely.
Fresh air in here. I think we found an exit. Sounds like the storm paths, too.
Oh, spear spiderling. Let's attack it. That wasn't too
At once.
complicated. Didn't drop any loot.
I could scout ahead, see what's around the corner.
Yeah, you could, but why not? Two scholars. Okay.
I'm here.
Attack. See if I can flank. Get a free backstab. Come on. Preferably before it keels over. Yeah, well. You are detected by that thing. Who cares?
Yes?
Nothing. What a shame. So basically it was just a bit of kill experience. You can use the hammer and chisel right away on that wall section, but there's a good chance of getting hurt from doing so, so I allowed myself to avoid that bit. So, next bit. Another spear spider lane. And a famished spear spider. You know what, if you attack that instead. Fine. Dead and dead. Good.
I'm here.
You are indeed. A spear spider leg. Another reagent thing. Bats as large as chickens are strong in the web. Bloodstone, rapier. Hooray. A home. Hooray. Jasper and Agate. Hooray. Jasper and Agate went for a walk. Don't mind, let's exit. We're out, we're free, we're safe, we're safe. Four figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled armor and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the machine stands out among them. A thick grey beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you've ever seen. And he wears a strange black headdress with two protrusions that jut out like wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth, and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
How very nice. For an instant the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then all at once it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black, unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with ardra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of ardra pierces the floor from below. Its shimmering texture gives the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, and they are all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered, or. At the base of the pillar now you see a man with thick grey beard and ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You're walking toward him, now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. Oh, that looks promising. You awaken to find your malaise has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you can see no signs of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way or that, and that even, an involuntary paranoid tick. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. Herden and Kalisha lies bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. We leveled up. Hooray! I'm fairly sure it gives you... yeah. I don't know. It could have been beneficial to disarm all traps manually, but it's all about being efficient, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's just loot all this to stash. Before we level up though, let's go around and pick up the stuff that is available to be picked up. Dear Cap. Oh, how nice. As you can see, my character's gotten major fatigue, and the tutorial will warn you about it and encourage you to rest. The thing is though, I am fairly sure that nice. I'm fairly sure that levels of fatigue are based on activity time, and as you need to travel after you leave this area, you may as well travel first and then rest afterwards. So this massive structure is formed of stone, adra and copper, and covered in strange glyphs. The air around it vibrates with an unusual energy. Ominous. Never mind. Nothing else. Nope. Okay, let us level up now then. Skills, athletics and law is our two strengths. Law affects you some conversation topics for the practical operation or practical use of the skill is to use scrolls. So, athletics and law. Next. Strange Mercy. When a paladin defeats an opponent, nearby allies gain endurance. It's basically a free healing every single time you kill someone. So, as you can see, this one's got 4.96 meters radius, and the base is 4 meters, so the radius is expanded by his intellect. So, the Strange Mercy it is. And we are done. So what we will do now is we will head to the next area, which is a Veilwood. Accept.
Rest might do us some good.
Indeed. You will be allowed to rest, don't worry. And just to emphasize, in case you've been bypassing most of the loot, leather armor and camping supplies. You can only have 4. I don't know whether there's a chance of getting it expanded later on, but 4 camping supplies is the cap, so let us camp. Your survival skill will allow you to select bonuses you gain from camping. They're not significant, but they're nice to have, so never mind. Eight hours have passed. Hooray! On that note, I will end this part here. So, as per usual, thanks for watching, take care, and see you again.